In this video, I'm going to explain the market session correlation report on edgeful.com. So here, just make sure you're in that futures asset. We've recently added forex and futures. Make sure you're in the futures because you're going to see it there. You're not going to see it in stocks. You'll see it in forex too. But it's in the price action report type, and then it's at the bottom right here, market session correlation. We're looking right now at ES, and we're looking at the trailing 1 year. So here we have the New York and London variant selected. So what this measures is for every time in the last year that the London session has closed green, New York has also closed green 70% of the time. For every time London has closed red, New York has also closed red 67% of the time. I'm just going to quickly jump to this Tokyo one. You can see that for every time Tokyo closed green, New York closed green almost 80% of the time. For every time Tokyo closed red, London closed red 71% of the time. So just to jump back here to London to New York, the way that you want to use this is to say, if you trade that New York session, how did London close? And that's going to give me an understanding of how New York is going to close as well. So here, this is actually our TradingView indicator that you can request by clicking this button right here, Get Access Now. All you have to do is submit your TradingView username, which you can just get by clicking this right here, and then that's your TradingView username. So here you can see the London session and the New York session highlighted by these boxes. And the way that we measure, this is very important. So the way that we measure whether London closed green or not is from one London session close to the next London session close. So you can see this one closed below, which means that performance was down. We don't do it by candle color, which in this case you can see that London opened right here. In this case they're both red, but you can see that this yellow one, so this, if you were to turn this London session into a candle, it would be a red candle because the close is lower than the open. But that's not a good measure of performance, so we look at from one close to the next. So in this case, I'm just going to remove this line right here. You need to look at whether this London session closed below the previous London session. So in this example right here, I'll just show you a different example. I'm just going to remove these drawings. This London session closed right about here, and then this one closed above. So you can see right here, this is clearly positive performance because from one London session to the next, that's a green session. So that would count towards this box here because London closed green. Now, this is actually a great example because if you check the open of this London session, I'm going to make this red. If you check that open, the open to the close is actually negative. So if you were to turn this London session into a candle, it would be a red candle, but it's actually a green performance because from one to the next, it's green. So it's very important that you look at from one London session to the next. Same thing goes for the Tokyo and London. You should always be looking at the previous London session, and everything should be measured close over close. We're going to be releasing an update very soon that's going to allow you to customize this report to allow you to toggle so you can check from close to close or open to close. So if you like to look at the candle color instead of the actual performance, you'll be allowed to do that too. So just something to keep in mind here, there is a very strong correlation between this London session closing in a certain direction and then that New York session or that following session also closing in that same direction. So here we have a little more explainer text just so you can read it if you prefer to read it. We have a little more explainer text here as well, just by clicking more details. Obviously, I just went over the TradingView indicator, and this kind of will show you all of the sessions automatically plotted, so you don't need to worry about trying to figure out what's what. And if you ever have any other questions, you can always reach out to our support here, and we'll get any questions answered. We can also get on a call so I can explain it more in depth, but this video will be right here too. So thank you for watching. I hope this helps.